on, people? It's your boy Tops back again for another watch along on Boxing Day. Hopefully, you're having a good Boxing Day. Like, subscribe, comment, do all of that good stuff. Nottingham Forrest versus Spurs, and we are on the way. We're on the way. Can't wait for this watch along. Hopefully, Forest do what they need to do, if you know what I mean. But yeah, should be a good game, man. Forest are open. Spurs are open as well. So yeah, I'm hoping for a good game. A very good game. But yeah, thanks everyone for obviously watching the last one, Manchester City versus Everton, which was a 1-1 draw. But I'm hoping this game is obviously a bit better as well in respects of like the quality of the game and chances and stuff like that. So yeah, we will see more. Nottingham Forest obviously start the game in the top 4, of course. So yeah, should be interesting, man. Should be interesting. Should be interesting. Oh. Spurs have started all right, man. But here's Nottingham Forest on the ball. Gibbs White. Can he do anything good? Nice little link up with Chris Wood there. Into Hudson-Odoi. He can shoot from far. Can he play into the path? No, good tackle there by, I think it was Kulizeski there. Ball comes in the box. Yeah, man. I'm hoping Spurs do the thing, man, in terms of being able to lose another game. Because, yeah, always great when Spurs lose, man. Obviously, Son's on the ball on the left-hand side. But, yeah, big up everyone that's in, obviously tuning in and watching and whatnot. Like, subscribe, comment, do all of that good stuff. Hope you're having a good Boxing Day and all of that. You know how it goes. You know how it goes already. But, yeah, Brendan Johnson's on the right-hand side. Trying to do a little something. But nah, man. It's all a bit mad at the minute. It's all a bit mad. It's all a bit mad. Big up Jack and Nori back again. Yo, that's it. Gibbs White's in the ball in the box there, man, for Gibbs White. Oh, that's a foul, man. That's a foul. That's a foul. That's a foul. Um, that is a foul. But yeah, like I said before, man, there's a load of decent, good, hard 3 o'clock games, man. Obviously Newcastle versus Villa is a big one. I think that's probably what a lot of people are watching. Obviously, I'm watching this one just for the simple fact that Forest are in good form. Spurs are not really in good form. So I thought this could be. Oh, what a goal already! If Newcastle had Bruno Guimaraes and Anthony Gordon working together, they are some team. Scored already. Anthony Gordon, boom, what start. Yeah, so he's looking a bit peak for Villa. I can't even lie. It's looking a bit peak. That if Newcastle were to beat Aston Villa, it will put them above Manchester City. Man City will go into 7th. Newcastle will be 5th. And yeah, near the Champions League places. I mean, top 5 could get you Champions League this season as well. So yeah. Boy, that's good work there. Oh, nice. Oh, Elanga with a poor opportunity, man. That was a good opportunity there. Oh, Anderson looks like he might be coming off here. Just like his head away. That looked like a foul there. Oh, Bentancur's back after that long ban. Damn, that's gone quick, man. Because I know it was banned for 7 or 8 games. That's gone real quick. That's a throw into Nottingham Forrest. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Boy. Back again is right. Nottingham Forest versus Spurs. Like I said, the other games, let me have a look at the scores. Obviously, Newcastle are winning already against Aston Villa 1-0. Anthony Gordon with a goal in the first 2 minutes. And it's 0-0 everywhere else. 0-0 at Chelsea, Fulham, 0-0 Bournemouth, Crystal Palace, 0-0 Nottingham Forest, obviously Spurs, and 0-0 Southampton, West Ham. So yeah, hopefully there's a load of games. I mean, I remember back in the day, Boxing Day games used to have a load of different like mad scores, like 7-5, 8-2, 9-3, back in like the 1960s or whatever. So hopefully there's something similar in this Boxing Day. I don't remember last year was a decent run of fixtures in terms of score lines, but oh, that was a good little play there. Back to is this Hudson Doy on the left hand side? It is a bit back and forth at the minute. Obviously, it's looked a bit windy. It looks a bit foggy. Just in terms of how I'm watching it on the picture. But yeah, man. Like I said before, normally there's a bag of goals on Boxing Day, and this is what I'm looking to see now. I'm looking to see Spurs hold a L as well, if I'm being honest. Because that's what we love to see on this channel. That's what we love to see. But yeah, obviously they're trying to build up from the back here. Is that that's poor? That's really poor there. They nearly lost possession there, Spurs. But yeah, back to Doggy on the left hand side. He was dropped obviously for the Liverpool game, back in the starting lineup. Back to Son, trying to do a little build up. That looks like a free kick, and it is a free kick by Yates. Oh, and he's got a yellow card already, man, Yates. 10 minutes gone, so... And obviously he's going to be suspended now. He's going to miss the Everton game. Big game there away on Sunday, which is obviously a huge blow. But yeah. Damn. Already, man. So nice. Good transition here into Hudson-Odoi on the left-hand side. Obviously, he's 1v1 versus Spence against his old club. Hudson-Odoi cuts in. Oh, over the bar. Over the bar. It was the corner there, but I think he's giving the goal kick. But over the bar, that was a little good opportunity. And that's when Forest are so dangerous in that transition. 3v3 there. And obviously, they've got the pace and obviously the guile and the directness with obviously Hudson-Odoi and Elanga. Cuts in. Unlucky, man, just over the bar there. But that's a warning to Spurs, man. If you lose that ball in transition, you have to have bodies back, and a lot of them because they've got a lot of pace. Nottingham Forest that hurt you in that transition, and I do feel like with Arsenal's victory 3-0 at home, we didn't see any of that, and I think we played extremely well to nullify Nottingham Forest because ever since that game, obviously they've gone to Old Trafford and won. They've been really, really impressive in other games. So yeah. And obviously they're fourth in the league for a reason because they're picking up a decent amount of wins, obviously, so far. But here is Tottenham on the right side. I think it is Spence trying to put a ball in. Miscommunication by the keeper. He's kind of cleared it for Nottingham Forest, but he's gone out for a Spurs throw-in on the right-hand side. So that is a bit better from Spence. Actually getting an opportunity and a chance. Obviously, he was bought from Forest a couple of years ago when Conte was the manager. But he went out on loan. Didn't really seem too much and didn't really get an opportunity to obviously see what he was made of. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see what he does. Obviously, if he's gonna be starting for Spurs on a regular basis. But yeah, Spurs not really done too much, if I'm being perfectly honest, so far in the game. That looked like a foul there, and it was a foul by Kulusevski. And it's a free kick to Nottingham Forest. Here's Chris Wood trying to find space. Hudson-Odoi, he wants to cut in on that right foot. You know he wants to. Cuts it back, though, to Henderson. Good block there by Spurs. I don't know who did that. Might have been Bentancur. But Kulusevski trying to go at the pitch. That looked like a bad foul. He's going to give it. Yes, he is. On Brendan Johnson. And obviously, Brendan Johnson, a former player of Nottingham Forest, back to his old ground away from home. And he's managed to get the free kick. Was it a free kick? They're just showing the replay now. Yeah, it was. Yeah, your man was late. And it was a free kick. So yeah. Oh, nice. Solanke trying to put pressure on there, but good defending there by Morello. That looked like a foul, and he's giving it to Spurs. Um, Free kick to Spurs. Nice little pressure there by Morello. Spurs trying their best to try and make something happen with this obviously possession that they've got, but they can't really break down Forest at the minute, man. Obviously, you got a Doji on the left hand side trying to create something decent, but Saar passing it back. Obviously, I think Kulu and Madison are the guys that are the most creative in the Spurs team. So if they're gonna create any good clear cut chances, that obviously the ball needs to get given to them in central areas. Um, but here's Madison and Kulizeski in the middle, like I said, trying to find Son on the left, but it's a poor ball. Anya's kind of cleared it, and Elanga's through here, and he's got the pace to beat a doggy. But that is very good defending. He's managed to get back, recover well, and get the ball back for Spurs, and it's back to Kulizeski, back to a doggy, and we're back away. Another goal to talk about. Chelsea are 1-0 up. Cole Palmer has scored again against Fulham 1-0 with the Colwell with the assist to make it 1-0 to Chelsea. And with that, it looks like they're going to be right behind Liverpool in terms of the table before obviously they play. It would make them 3 points behind them. With obviously Liverpool having played 2 games in hand. No, well, that's not been updated. It would make them 1 point behind them with Liverpool playing a game in hand, 2 games in hand. Sorry, and that will make them 5 points be ahead of Arsenal as well. So yeah, very important that Arsenal keep winning too. That's a nice pass there, but straight to Spurs, back to Spurs, and yeah, Spurs just getting a bit more possession now. They're getting a bit more possession, so we'll see what happens with this. Oh, said he got the ball there, but he's not too sure. No. That's a nice play there by Hostin Odoi. Tries to feed in. Oh, Chris Ward, man. Brendan Johnson there trying to find in Son. Kulu, Johnson, Spence on the right hand side. Johnson trying to make something happen here. Good tackle there. Shalanki. Oh, shit. Nice little ball there. Your doggy. Into Williams. Slanky. Benton Core. Johnson. Good save. Good save. This is a nice bit of pressure from Spurs. And now there's a counter attack on here. Gibbs White squares it. What a ball that is into Hudson-Odoi, who's got the pace to feeding Chris Ward. This is a fantastic transition move here. Into obviously Hudson-Odoi. Spurs have got players back, but Forrest has still got the ball. Elanga tries to go for the shot. Ooh, over the bar. Wow, did that take a deflection? Is that a corner, boy? I think it's gone for a goal kick. But fantastic counter attack by Nottingham Forest. They're one of the best counter attacking teams in the league. You heard me said it first. That's fantastic play, and it's gone out for a goal kick. But again, like I always said before, like I said about 10, 15 minutes ago, Spurs have to be wary about that counter attack, because that is one of the chances that will make Forest to be able to score a goal against them, because there's so much space, they've got so much pace, and yeah, they know what they're doing in terms of that transitional move. So yeah, still 0-0. Spurs have looked okay. They created a few chances, but they do look vulnerable at the back because they don't have Vicario or Romero in that back line. But here we go. Kulizeski on the right-hand side, back to, who is that? I'm not even sure. Madison, back to Kulizeski. Trying to create something decent here. And as I said, 26 minutes gone. Kulizeski is opening up for him. Is he going to have a shot? No. He's gone for the pass to Udogie on this left-hand side. He's been very, very poor this season, but he's got a chance to make a lasting impression in this game. Back to Son. He puts it back to Udogie. And yeah, it's been very, very quiet in terms of that left-hand side, attacking-wise from Spurs. They've opted to go backwards to try and build up from the right-hand side. But Forest have been quite disciplined in their defensive shape. They're trying to tease Spurs on when it comes to playing out from the back, and Spurs have just kicked it out of play, have they? And they have, yeah. And it's Nottingham Forest throwing on the right-hand side. So, yeah, 27 minutes gone. Brennan Johnson with that opportunity. Good save by the Forest goalkeeper, Sells. And, yeah, I think Spurs would have thought they would have created a few more chances than they have done so far. But yeah, Postecoglou obviously needs a win, and it would be a great win for them. Just looking at the stats here, Nottingham Forest 3 shots, Tottenham 3 shots, 0 on target for Nottingham Forest, 2 on target for Spurs. So it just shows that Nottingham Forest needs to do a bit more in terms of obviously making the Forster work. But here we go, another transitional opportunity. Gibbs trying to find in Elanga, and it's 1-0. It's 1-0 to Nottingham Forest, and Elanga stands there. Woo! And that's what we like to see, ladies and gentlemen. 1-0 to Nottingham Forest. Fantastic transitional chance. And I told you guys, they are monsters in the transition space. The delivery and that celebration there and the handshake. Fantastic finish. And I said, Nottingham Forest had no shots on target, but they have now, and it's 1-0 to Nottingham Forest. Woo! Fantastic goal. Fantastic goal. Let me change it. Let me change it. Let me change it. Let me change. Woo. Damn. Is he onside? I think he is onside. Fantastic ball. And what a lovely finish. Dinks it over Forster. Forster tries to make himself big, but it's a lovely composed finish on the right-hand side. Dinks it over him. Little finesse, little side foot finish into the bottom corner. And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, 1-0. 1-0. And Nottingham Forest, wow. They're on such a great, and that puts them into third ahead of Arsenal. Obviously playing the game more on 34 points. And yeah, they're doing extremely well here. And that would mean they've won 10 out of 18 games, which is a fantastic record, only losing 4. And only conceding 19 and scoring 24. So, yeah, they're just checking for, I think, a offside. It didn't look offside to me. Just got home. Have I missed anything? Yes, you have, bro. You missed a 1-0. Yep, he's giving it. He's obviously checking for offside. 1-0 to Nottingham Forest against Spurs. Obviously, Spurs not really probing, had a few chances on target, but Nottingham Forest always looked dangerous in the transitions, just didn't have any shots on target up until this point. Fantastic ball from Gibbs White into the path of Elanga. Chips it over the goalkeeper, kind of like a finesse side foot finish into the bottom corner to make it 1-0 to Nottingham Forest. And now Spurs are in trouble because Nottingham Forest look great in the transitions. They've got pace, power, and the passing ability of Gibbs White. And Spurs have got gaps and holes everywhere, mate. And yeah, it could be a long day for Spurs. 1-0 down. They need something quick. Song's been quiet. Kulusevski's not really done too much either. And Brendan Johnson is trying to make an impact against his former club, but not really done too much. And they're laughing emojis. And listen, this is what you call Spursy, bro. Big up Carlton, obviously. This is what you call Spursy, man. Like, you can't write it. And Postecoglou, he needs to be called out. These guys are 11th. They've spent loads of dough. Like, what is going on? They've spent bread. What the hell? They've spent like 400 million nearly. And yeah, they're 11th at the minute. Obviously, Solanke's got the ball now. They're trying to obviously do an equaliser here. Spence tried to do a decoy there into the path of Dogi. Son's on the left-hand side. Big up Carly says, nothing new from Spurs then. Yes, nothing news from Spurs at all. Block in. Edge, mate. It's how we play, mate. It's who we are, mate. It's who we are. Oh, mate. Nah, terrible, man. Terrible team. Awful. I don't understand how he thinks this is going to work long term. Just playing this gung-ho football, man. They left so much space in the transitions. It's actually laughable, man. But yeah, 1-0 to Forest. Obviously, if Spurs do lose this, it would be their 9th defeat in 18 and would leave them 11th for now. But Brentford obviously play later on. Play tomorrow against Brighton. And obviously Manchester United could go above them as well as West Ham today. So yeah, sticky, man. They need to put their ideas up if they're going to get anything. But Nottingham Forest, they look calm and composed. And you've got to give Nuno some credit, man, because when he joined Forest, people weren't sure whether he was the right man for the job. Obviously, he'd had a stint in Saudi, and obviously went to after he obviously was at Spurs himself. But to imagine that, man, him being the manager at Spurs and seeing where they are and seeing where Nottingham Forest are, they'd be third, which is extraordinary with the team they've got. But they've just got a fantastic philosophy in terms of that transitional football and being able to play from obviously three at the back, and they've got pace and power, and they've actually got a real goal scorer up front in Chris Ward, and two pacey wingers who can contribute with goals as well. So, yeah, their front three has been playing really, really well all season. And obviously the defense have been decent as well. And I think they made a good upgrade with their keeper too, compared to them playing Matt Turner last year, who obviously was not good enough. But, yeah, Gibbs now, some nice little football there. One touch for an on. Oh, Alanga nearly had it there, but Adogi with a last-minute tackle. High line for life, mate. High line for life. High line for life. Thoughts on Mourinho? Oh, yeah. Yeah, Mourinho obviously has been linked with the Wolves jobs before. Obviously, they got their new manager. I do think Mourinho will come back to the Prem eventually. But obviously, he's an all-time great manager. There's nothing to say about that. Obviously, he's won loads of league titles. Obviously, 2 Champions Leagues as well. And yeah, he will go down as one of the all-time greats. There's no doubt about that. But in terms of right now, I do think he'll have probably another Prem job left in him. Whether it's at a top club, I don't know. Obviously, I know he's been linked with Wolves before, linked with Everton as well. So yeah, maybe one of them teams will get him eventually. But I don't know, man. I don't know. Mourinho will be the Newcastle manager next, in my opinion. That's not a bad shout as well, bro. That's not a bad shout. I could see that happening too. Because I don't think Eddie Howe's not going to stay there long term. I think there is a bit of a rift with obviously the hierarchy at Newcastle and Eddie Howe with terms of transfers. I don't think they liked how he handled obviously the speculation when he was linked with the England job as well. And I think Eddie Howe's been quite frustrated with the lack of obviously transfers, especially when they obviously got to the Champions League. I think he thought he would have a better window as well. So yeah, I think it could be a sticky one with obviously Eddie Howe eventually. We wouldn't be surprised if obviously he leaves mutual consent at the end of the season. But here is Spurs on the right-hand side trying to create an opportunity. They're not really creating anything since they've gone 1-0 down, to be honest with you. Johnson's on the right. Obviously, Solanke's quite isolated as well. Spurs are just so easy to play against, man. If you just obviously sit up in a low block of like 2 back to 4, they're not really that creative. They're only really creative when they've got obviously a lot of space in behind. But if you defend properly, they do struggle to create chances. That's a good defending there. And there could be a break on again. It's Chris Ward. Oh, it's hit the back of his heel and gone straight to a Spurs player. But that was an opportunity there for obviously Nottingham Forest to break again on the transition, which is obviously one of Spurs' biggest weaknesses, not covering the space. But here's Son on the left quiet again as usual. But yeah, back to Mourinho. Yeah, I do think him being Newcastle manager is a good shout, man. But I do think he'll be in the Premier League before he retires again at a club, definitely. Yeah, 1-0. Let me see, have a look at the other scores while we're here. Spurs have obviously got possession, but not really doing too much with it. Still 1-0 Chelsea, still 1-0 Newcastle, and now it's 1-0 to Nottingham Forest, 0-0 Southampton and West Ham, 0-0 Bournemouth and Crystal Palace. Doji's on the left-hand side trying to get in behind, I think it's Yates, but he's having to come back. Forest defending quite well, but Spurs void of ideas at the minute, man. Very void of ideas. But yeah, here's Archie Gray. Oh, nice. Oh, that's very nice. Oh, out of play, man. Out of play. Yeah, out of play, man, for a goal kick. We're cooking Fulham. Obviously, I'm not watching the game, but yeah, I'll take your word for it. Obviously Fulham, Spurs. Obviously, Chelsea do have a good record against obviously Fulham, so I'm not too surprised about that. But yeah, Forster giving the ball away. Back to Gibbs White into the path of Alanga. Can he feed in Chris Ward? Oh, it's last ditch defending there. Woo, that could have been 2-0 to Nottingham Forest, man. Jesus Christ. Spurs are, the rest, a lot of their players are overrated. Christian Romero, I'm looking at you. Listen, I think he's overrated as well. Very rash player. Obviously, he's got decent traits, but that's at best. I do think him and Van der Ven have been overrated by the Spurs fan base. I know a couple of combined 11s, they were trying to put two of them ahead of Saliba and Gabriel. I was like, no way, no chance in hell, like Vince McMahon would say. But yeah, no way, man. I do think Spurs' recruitment, it's just not been good enough, man. They're spending 40 mil on Archie Gray, who's an 18-year-old midfielder, and they're playing him centre-back. It's just bizarre. Obviously, they bought the winger from, obviously, Burnley, who's, I think, is still injured. And he doesn't play. He's 18 as well. So they've just wasted a lot of money. Solanke was 65 million. Obviously, decent player, probably overpaid for him a little bit, but they needed a striker to replace Harry Kane. But apart from that, man, yeah, they've not really spent well on the squad, in my opinion. Especially going forward in the attacking areas. How they still employ Timo Werner, I don't know. Just, spend some money. But his son on the left-hand side, good defending there, man. Morello's such a good player, man. Very underrated. He's sensational. He's only young as well. I'm not sure he's in his early 20s, but yeah. Top player. That's someone that Arsenal should be looking at for sure. If we're going to sell Kivior, I'd definitely be looking at someone like that to obviously rotate with our other centre-back options. But yeah, man. But in terms of, as I said, with Ange and Tottenham and Postecoglou, yeah, it's going to be a matter of time before this guy gets sacked, man. I don't understand why his job is not under pressure more. Obviously, yes, they're still in the League Cup, but they're playing against the team they just lost 6-3 to at home in 2 legs. That's decent play by Kulusevski. Feeds in. Brennan Johnson against his own club. Fantastic save. Sells with a great save. That's another guy that I do rate in the Forest backline, the keeper. I think there's a massive upgrade from Matt Turner because he was not good enough last season. But that's another good save there. Good shot there by Brennan Johnson and a good save to prevent it going 1-1. And it's corner for Spurs. But yeah, man, Ange's Wenger 2.0. Cannot disagree with that, bro. Very, very stubborn manager. Only plays one way. Doesn't have a backup plan. That literally does sound like Wenger, especially towards the end of his latter years as well. Yeah, but he has to have more pressure on him, man. I mean, obviously, there's a potential he could win a trophy, but he's going to have to either beat Liverpool over 2 legs and then either Arsenal or Newcastle in the final. So it's going to be very difficult for him to win. Claws out by Sales there. Obviously, Spence is on the right-hand side against his own club again. Puts in a cross with his left foot. Headed away by Morello again. Kulusevski on the left. Back to Son. Solanke opens up, shoots. Good block there. And Forrest clear it away. And yeah, that's it, man. He's cleared it away. And Tottenham, again, are struggling to break down this Nottingham Forest defence. Which is, like I said, not a surprise, really, because Spurs do have problems, even though they score a lot of goals. It is when teams are really pushing up forward. And I feel like Nottingham Forest are playing the game of just sitting back in transition and trying to hurt them on the counter-attack. And I've got so much pace and power to do it. And it's obviously working to a T at the minute. But Spurs do have a corner. Kulusevski is going to take it. Let's see if they can do anything productive with this corner. Corner comes in, headed away there. Back to a doggy. And Spurs have just kind of calmed down. Oh, that's poor from Spurs there at the back. Nice. Saw on the right hand side. What can he do? Yeah, Spurs, man. Spurs. He's literally the media darling, just like Tottenham. Honestly, bro, it's like everyone just little bros Tottenham, like, oh, they're rubbish anyway, so we're not going to criticize them. We don't expect too much from them. But nah, man, when you're at the big table and you're being included in Big Six, even though you don't win anything, you got to have the same kind of criticism and same kind of grilling and obviously scrutiny. If like you are one of the Big Six, look at Man United. Man United and Ten Hag have been scrutinized. Ruben Amorim has been scrutinized already. He's just got the job. And because he's losing a few games, they're on him, man. Like, yo, what's going on here? Even though it's not his team, he's going to have to rebuild. But that's what comes when you're at a big club. Just because you're new and it's not your players, this is not an excuse for you not to start losing games. No matter, obviously, how new you are and how bad the team is. This is Postecoglou's team, near enough. All the striker he bought, he renewed Son's contract. Obviously, Kulusevski was bought under him when he was the manager. You look at the defenders as well. Archie Gray playing there. Kulusevski now trying to do something. there's a lot of players that obviously he's brought through the ranks and he's started week in, week out. Specs, looks like he tried to cross there, but he nearly lobbed the keeper, I think because of the wind. But yeah, back to obviously Postecoglou and Tottenham. Yeah, 100%. They do get babied a lot in the media, man. Too much for my liking compared to everybody else. Arsenal get cooked. Chelsea got cooked after the last 2 years because they were finishing low. Man United get cooked as well. Man City are starting to get cooked now because their form's really bad. So yeah, Spurs is the only one where it's just like, it's Spurs. We don't want to expect anything better, but it's bro. You got to be on them as well, man. They deserve as much criticism as the next club when they're not winning games and losing as much as they are. Obviously, back to the score, still 1-0 in the 3 games I said, and still 0-0 in the other game. So not a plethora of goals so far, but there's still obviously another half of football to go before obviously it's all said and done. I think Villa have gone down to 10 men from what I'm seeing. Let me have a look at this. Duran's got a straight red. What the hell? It must have been a late challenge then. But yeah, Chris was there, 1v1 with the Spurs defender, Dragusin. Tries to feed in Gibbs White, and it's just ahead of him, man. And Spurs kind of counter-attack and break. Here's Kulusevski on the right-hand side. I've not really seen what can he do here, and it's a good defending there. I thought Maddison was playing, but I don't think he is. Or is he? I don't even know. I don't think he is, actually. He might be on the bench. Let me have a look. Definitely. But yeah, 10 men. Oh, damn. Duran's going to be missing a few games then. If it's a straight red. Kulusevski. Oh, that's a foul. Got a free kick to Tottenham. No, Madison's on the bench. It's Kulu in the 10. Bentancur and Sarr. And then Brendan Johnson and Son. I remember us getting cut because we wanted better than Wenger at the time, and everyone was saying that we'd be 100%, man. 100%. People were saying, be careful what you wish for. and all this stuff. But bro, the football we were watching was atrocious. Fans were leaving. There was empty stadiums. We were getting battered from pillar to post. We were losing cup finals. We won 3 away games in the I think it was 4 away games in a season out of 19. It was unacceptable. Unacceptable, man. So yeah, that had to be done. And Spurs are the same, man. They're 11th at the minute, which is so bad, so low. And they could go further down the table. Not even in the top half. These guys are supposed to be challenging for the Champions League, and they're going to be nowhere near a European place at the minute. And like we said, we're halfway through the season now, so you're looking at it thinking you've got to go on an amazing run to try and get back into the obviously the top 4 spaces. But Kulu there with the free kick. Is it going to be Kulu or Son? Son! And it's wide. It did look like it might go in, but it's wide. But that blue away kit still gives me nightmares. But honestly, bro, every time we play in that kit, man, it used to be obviously curtains. Oh, man. Those were the dark days. Those were the dark days. God. Hopefully we're past those now, and we don't have to go back to those depths, because yeah, that was painful to watch Arsenal back then, man. Actual struggle. Every game as well, it wasn't great. So yeah, man. But yeah, looks like it's going to be half time now when Sells kicks this ball, and it is half time, and it's 1-0 to Nottingham Forest. Deserved, in my opinion. They've been the better team. They've looked so dangerous on the counter attack, and it could have been more than the 1 goal if it wasn't for obviously a few decision making from obviously Nottingham Forest players. But yeah, they've definitely deserved it, in my opinion. They've not done enough, Spurs. And yeah, I think they'll be having a rocket up there, you know what, at half time. Because yeah, they've not been good enough, man. Spurs have not been good enough at all. Not worth the keeper enough. The only that Brendan Johnson save I can remember. A couple of saves from Brendan Johnson. He's probably in Spurs' best player. Probably because he's against his former club. But you always get that player trying to prove his former club wrong when he leaves. But bar that, man, Son's been anonymous. Solanke's been isolated, having to drop deep to try and get involved in the game, but not really doing anything in terms of going forward. Kulizeski's tried, but not really done too much either. So yeah, it's been a poor first half for Spurs. And yeah, they're probably going to have to look to bring on the likes of James Maddison and maybe, I mean, that's probably about it, man. Werner's not really going to do too much. Pedro Parra's been poor and out of form. So yeah, they've not got a lot of options, man. Obviously, Richarlison's always injured again. Bergval's obviously a teenager as well. Yeah, they've spent so poorly in that window, man. They've had such a poor window. And like I said, if I look at the table, currently, this is the live table as it stands. It would have been 18 Premier League games played, 7 wins, 2 draws, and 9 defeats. Only, check this out, Wolves and Southampton would have lost more games than Spurs if this was to continue. They would have lost the same amount of games as Leicester, Ipswich Town, more games than Crystal Palace, Everton, more games than West Ham, more games than Brentford. Yeah, even more games than Manchester City, who have lost only one in their team. They would have lost 3 more games than them. So that just shows you how bad they've been. If a City team that's won 1 in 13 have still lost 3 less games than you have. Yeah, and like I said, it would put them level on points still with Brentford, who've got a game in hand. 1 point ahead of Manchester United, who, if they win against Wolves, would go above them. And yeah, they could go as low as 13th if Brentford and Manchester United get the results during this Boxing Day and obviously tomorrow. So, oh man, it's crazy. You know, the likes of obviously Manchester United got rid of their manager, he's won 2 trophies for being in this spot. Obviously before Amorim came in, and obviously Spurs, who have won nothing, who spent decent amount of money, potentially could be behind Man United, and they're going to keep their manager. So yeah, it's a weird one, man. It's a weird one. But yeah, obviously Chelsea are still winning. Newcastle are winning and are obviously a man up as well at half time, and it's still 0-0 in the Southampton West Ham game and the Bournemouth Crystal Palace game as well. So yeah, a lot to discuss, a lot to take in these Boxing Day games. And like I say, Manchester United play later on, along with Liverpool versus Leicester as well. So big game, man, big game. But yeah, man. Boy, let's have a look at the stats, shall we? Nottingham Forrest 30% possession, Spurs 69% possession. So obviously that's part of the game plan. Shots four for Nottingham Forest, 7 for Spurs, 3 on target for Tottenham, and then 1 on target, which is obviously the goal. Which is mad. Shots off target 2. So obviously Spurs is 1. Block shots 1 to 3. So yeah. Obviously Spurs do what they always do, man. Dominate possession, not really create too much clear-cut chances. And this has definitely been the game plan for Forest. We're seeing them execute it excellently against Liverpool at Anfield when they won 1-0. Same kind of counter-attacking move, and it was Hudson-Odoi there on the transition that ended up making them win 1-0. And that's the only, obviously, defeat of Liverpool the entire season. And obviously, they're in nearly January now. And they've done kind of similar against Spurs. They've let them have possession and just look more dangerous in the transition. And they've took that one opportunity and they're winning 1-0. So Spurs need to trying to up the intensity, man, because at the minute it's been a bit slow, if I'm being perfectly honest with you. But yeah. Just showing the highlights of Son over the bar. We got Colin. Generally think if Andrew was at Real Madrid or Bayern Munich, he would do well because he would have world class players in a few positions, but Spurs don't have that, so they have to adapt. Now, 100%, bro. Obviously, the thing is, the football he plays is good, but you've got to have the personnel to do it. To be honest with you, you've got to have the certain personnel to be able to pull it off. Otherwise, you end up having deficiencies in the attack and the defense because players can't get back enough. Players don't have the quality at the final third to be efficient when you're obviously trying to coach like patterns and stuff like that. So, yeah, I agree. I think when you don't have the personnel, and this is why I said, like, if you're going to play like this, you can't be going Spurs, man, because you just know the owner doesn't. the owner doesn't provide the managers with the amount of players and the quality of the players, season in, season out, to warrant playing this style of football. This is why people like Jose and Conte had to have that defensive mindset and offensive prowess, even though obviously they normally do that anyway. But they had to do it more so with Spurs because the only real attacking quality they had was Son and Kane at the time. Obviously, Kulu was just coming up from Juve, so he wasn't really a prominent feature. So, yeah, man, I just think when you're at Spurs, man, you have to try and just adapt and try and win because they don't win that often, I'll be honest. And obviously the fans were complaining about the football, but now look, you're playing good football, but you're still losing. So it's like, you're getting battered as well. Like, at least before, you weren't seeing the 6 goals on the Mourinho, man. What the hell? That is crazy. At home, conceded 2-goal leads and losing 4-3 at home, losing to Ipswich. These are unacceptable results. Obviously, listen, you kind of got what you wanted. Like, you're playing better football, I guess, but nah, it's not sustainable, man. You got to be winning as well. You can't be having basketball games where you're beating Aston Villa 4-1, but then you're losing to Ipswich the next game. Like, what is that? Like, it's not. You're losing 1-0 away to Bournemouth, but then you're beating City away 4-0. Like, yeah, the highs are great, but they're not consistent and they're not sustainable. So, yeah, for me, he might do well at a better club, if I'm being honest. Similar to Company, what he had at Burnley, where obviously he wanted to play a style, but he just didn't have the group of quality of players to do it. And obviously at Bayern, he's obviously doing a bit better. And obviously they're smoking teams because they've got better group of players. So, yeah, I just think certain managers suit certain, obviously, teams and quality of players. You seen it with Ancelotti. Obviously, at Everton didn't have the quality of players to obviously implement his management style. Went back to Real Madrid, won the league and the Champions League. So yeah, and people would have said he was finished at the time, but obviously just different managers suit different teams, man. That's just what it is. Unfortunately, but yeah, for Spurs, they just need something a bit better, man. But yeah, we enjoyed to see it. We love to see it, and their second half's just about to kick off as well. Forest are 1-0 up, and Spurs really need a miracle to show if they're really actually going to do something here, because yeah, they don't look like real scoring or causing Forest any kind of problems, if I'm being honest. But we shall see. But yeah, we've kicked off again. Forest have got the ball into the path of, I think, is it Gibbs White? And this could be an opportunity again in transition, 4v4, into the path of Hudson-Odoi. They're trying to double up on him. He's cut in. Good ball in. Oh, good defending there. Good defending there. But Udogie had to be switched on. But he's inverted into midfield now. Into the path of Heung-min Son, who needs a big half. Didn't really provide any quality in that first half. Trying to find Kulusevski into Son. Can he open up for a shot? Passes it back to Spence. And again, they're trying to build up again. Kulusevski on the right-hand side. Kulu straight out. poor shot there by Kulu. But yeah, Spurs just need to up the tempo, man. It's very, very slow, very pedestrian at the minute. Obviously, Andrew's got his hands folded, arms folded. He's not obviously happy with what's going on. Kick ahead there. Flick on there by Gibbs White as he won the second ball. I think he has there. Gibbs White. That looked like a foul. Oh, very lovely feet. Oh, fantastic feet. He nearly got away with there. Could have been a free kick as well because I seen the shirt pull, but I think he played with advantage. Kulusevski now on the right hand side. Back to Brendan Johnson, trying to do a 1-2, maybe get a free kick. Kulusevski has done well there to hand off, and he's not on the same wavelength. They've tried to feed in Brendan Johnson on the right hand side. It's gone out for a goal kick. Obviously not good enough there. But yeah. But why would any self-respecting manager go to Spurs? Conte highlighted the issue at the club and they sacked for it. 100%, man. That press conference that he did, man, that should be in their trophy cabinet in terms of this is the issue at Spurs. If you want to win trophies, listen to what I'm saying. There's no money. He doesn't want to improve the team year in, year out. You have to do the best with the bare minimum. And he's not actually interested in winning trophies. That's what should be in their trophy thing to remind them of what they need to do to get back where they think they should be. Even though obviously they've not been a big club in my lifetime. That looks like that's going to be a yellow card by Dragusin. Again, another waste of money, man. Poor signing, man. Not up to the level in terms of being like a top 4 defender, man. Always get straight out of position. Not very physical. Not very quick either. But yeah. I look at what Kante's doing now. Obviously, near the top of Serie A. And again, that's another manager they will say he's finished. But it's just because they go to Spurs, man. They're just because they go to Spurs. After Jose left Spurs, he won a European trophy with Roma. So, yeah, those two guys win trophies everywhere, but at Spurs, which is crazy. Look at Nuno. Look what he's doing now. They would have said he's finished at Spurs. So it must be obviously more than just the managers. Oh, he's giving away a free kick there. That was a bit soft. It must be more than just the managers, man. I think obviously it's a club problem from the top up. In terms of the owners not even willing to obviously not even spend, because obviously they spend money, but there's just no plan, man. There's no plan in terms of how they want to play, what type of plays they want to get. Yeah, it's just all over the place, man. They've gone from Nuno to Mourinho to Conte, and now they've got Pascal, who's a completely different manager who plays attacking football, but they don't back him with the quality of players that he needs to play this brand of football. It's high level, like in terms of carving teams open and the one-touch football, but obviously it has deficiencies in terms of defensively. But you need certain caliber of players to play it. You can't be playing it with Archie Gray, who's a midfielder, and he was 18, and Dragusin and Forster. Like, how is Forster your backup keeper? Come on. In 2024, man, it's not good enough. Kante has got Scott McTominay looking class at Napoli, bro. This is what I'm saying, bro. This is what I'm saying. And this is what happens when you got managers who can get the maximum out of players, who can squeeze the maximum quality out of certain players, man. Not everyone can do that. Certain managers need a profile of player to a T to be able to play their style of football. And yeah, Postecoglou is one of them kind of managers, man. He doesn't really get the best out of players. He needs the players to make his football what it is in terms of his passing. Obviously, his one-touch passing football and trying to carve teams open through that way of like obviously patterns and stuff. But yeah, sometimes you just gotta be compact, be defensive, and have another way. Go route one. There's nothing wrong with having different styles of playing. Why is it just we have to just play this way and that's it? It's just, managers are very, very good when they're versatile and they can adapt to the game state and adapt to the opponent. That's what makes them the best managers, because they don't just play the same way. In fact, Sir Alex Ferguson changed his way at Highbury and at the Emirates to play against Arsenal because he knew our weaknesses and he knew our strengths. Then if he does it, and look how many Premier League titles he won, then I'm sorry, no one's above doing that, man. And it's as simple as that, really. And obviously, like I said, it will eventually cost Andrew's job if you don't get it together because um, I feel like the more games he loses, the more likely he's going to get sacked eventually, man. Because, yeah, these man can't be surely languishing in 11th, 12th, 13th for that long. No way. But yeah, here's a ball in. Oh, Forster's flopped at it. Gibbs White still in play. Oh, is he onside? Oh, Chris Wood down. Can he finish it off? Oh, what a chance that was. It came from a cross. Forster didn't really deal with it properly. And then, yeah, it was all in the melee, really. And the Kulusevski's now got the ball, and it's a good transition opportunity for Spurs. Kulusevski on the right-hand side now. And he's got a corner. But that was a good opportunity for Nottingham Forest there. Forster was kind of flapping, and it kind of fell to Gibbs White, and that was a very good ball back into the box there. Well, yeah, man. Obviously, still 1-1-1-0 in the Chelsea Fulham game, Newcastle Villa game, and Forest Tottenham game. Cross comes in. He's gone out for a goal kick. Here's Forster doing a goal kick. Oh, he's nearly kicked it straight to man. His kicking is atrocious, man. Good play there by Nottingham Forest, winning the ball back. Oh, they've given it away though to Solanke, who can pounce on it. It's 4v4. It's Kulusevski on the right hand side. He's got a bit of space here. Brendan Johnson is ahead of him. Can he provide a bit of quality? He's got another corner, and that was all from the making of Forest being a little bit sloppy there in the midfield and giving them Tottenham an opportunity in the transition, getting a corner from this. Obviously, they've got 4 corners so far. Forest with none. Not really had an opportunity from the corner. So can they make this corner count for the first time? Corner does come in. Can he make it count? Corner comes in. Headed away there. And it goes back to Udogie. Oh, nice pass there to Kulusevski on the right hand side, on his left foot. Back to Bentancur, and they've kind of just slowed down the momentum there. Forest have got back into position, and it's Sarr trying to fight it into Spence, and Spurs, they're just so slow in the build-up play, man, and have just gone all the way back to the halfway line now, and they're trying to rebuild again from obviously Kulusevski in the middle now, back to Spence, trying to find Brendan Johnson. Oh, and Brendan Johnson has got the better of him as well. And it's another corner. So, yeah, a little bit of momentum growing for Spurs, I have to admit. A little bit of momentum. Big up, obviously, Colin. How long before Andrew gets sacked, bro? I mean, obviously, you said that you think they're going to lose and he's going to get sacked after this game. I mean, he definitely should be, to be honest with you. But like I said, if I look at the fixtures of what they got in this Christmas period, I do feel like it's going to be within this time frame that if he doesn't get a result, corner comes in, good header away. Nice shot there by Sarr, blocked there by Forest defender, and it's kind of a melee. and it's a good shot. They want a handball there. I don't know. It's going to be checked by VAR. It was kind of like a scramble melee, kind of like a pinball ricochet, and it went into the path, I think, of Brendan Johnson. And then it's just going to show the replay here. Ricochet there, back to Spence, who heads it back in. Another ricochet there. Oh, that was a nice little turn, drag back there. It does kind of, I think, hit Marino's hand on the floor, but it was accidental, so I don't think it's going to be a penalty. But yeah, if I look at Spurs' fixtures, let me have a look now. Let's have a look. Oh, no. Very nice turn. Johnson definitely has been their best player. Nah, it's not a penalty. Johnson's definitely been their best player, man, 100%. So they've got Wolves at home next. Again, tough. Then they've got Newcastle at home Saturday, the 4th of January, which is obviously in a couple of weeks. Then they've got Liverpool at home in the semi-finals of the League Cup. Difficult game. Then they've got Tamworth away. That should be a win. Then they've got Arsenal away, North London derby in midweek. Then Everton away, Hoffenheim away in the Europa League. So some quick fixtures. The turnaround's pretty quick. Then they've got Leicester at home. That should be a win, but again they lost to Ipswich. Then they've got Elfsberg at home in the Europa League. So that January there is games where you think they should win, but you just don't know with the Spurs side, man. You really don't. And then after that, they've got Brentford away, Liverpool away in the League Cup, Man United at home, Ipswich away, Manchester City at home. So that February is looking a bit spooky, man. They've got Liverpool, Man U, and Man City, and obviously Ipswich, who they lost to already away. So yeah, could be a difficult game for them. Obviously, Spurs are trying to play out from the back there. Nottingham Forrest are kind of pressing them, putting them under pressure. A doggy, obviously, passing it back to Forster, who's kicked it high up in the air. He doesn't want it there. Headed it back there by Chris Wood into the back of Henderson. That's nice play there. Gibbs White. Elliot Henderson is away. Can he find it? Oh, that's very good defending. That is very good defending there. He was offside anyway. But that was a nice little build-up play there. Just offside there. But yeah, still 1-0, 60 minutes gone. Spurs don't look any closer to they don't look any closer to obviously scoring a goal to obviously get them an equaliser. I think Nottingham Forest have been pretty comfortable in terms of defending. Only that lapse in concentration when they gave the ball away in the middle of the pitch. That created a little opportunity, but obviously it amounted to a corner and then to nothing. So yeah, I think Nottingham Forest will be happy with how the second half's gone so far. But yeah, they need more. Spurs need to do more. I think you've got to look at the likes of Maddison to come on, if I'm being honest. Getting a bit foggy here in obviously Nottingham. Nice little ball there. Back to Henderson. He's carried it there. Elanga, good opportunity there. He just couldn't get the power on the shot. But yeah, another good chance there for Forest. Obviously, they're building a few more chances than they did in the first half, which is obviously a worry for the likes of Spurs. Goes into and Forest have won the ball back again. It's Hudson-Odoi. What can he do? Can he cut it back to... he tried a good pass. Oh, Elanga. Don't want handball. It's gone out for a corner. Damn, gone out for a corner ball, man. This could be a good opportunity for Nottingham Forest. They've really picked up a bit of quality in the last. Obviously, it's not a penalty; it's just kind of hit off his hand, but a corner though. And this is probably Forest's best momentum in the second half they've had so far. It's kind of been a bit of a bitty game in the second. Tottenham have not really done too much of an attacking threat, but this could be a good opportunity for Nottingham Forest, man. All they need is a good, decent ball in. and we'll see what happens from there. Obviously, there's a bit of shenanigans in the box from Dragusin and Milinkovic there. But Forest do have a good record of scoring from set pieces. Obviously, Milinkovic scored that one at Old Trafford when they won 3-2 in the end. But yeah, corner will come in a minute. Dragusin's trying to tackle Milinkovic. Oh, what is going on here? It's just a mess. Dragusin, he's got to be careful not to consider a penalty here. He's just all over him, man. Look at this. He's not even looking at the ball, man. Oh, Milinkovic nearly scored there. And that's why he was holding on to him, because he nearly scored there. But Dragusin is just having a torrid time. It just, wow. Just comes off the top of his head. But yeah, back to Milinkovic. Good play there. And obviously, Kulusevski's won the ball on the right-hand side. But it's good defending there. And it's ended up for a throw-in, I think, for Nottingham Forest. And it's 62 minutes gone. And Ange really needs to make some substitutions, man. And he is... James Maddison is coming on with Bergvall. And it's 2-0 to Newcastle. It's Isak. 2-0 to Newcastle. Isak making it 2-0. Yeah. And that looks like it's going to be that. Aston Villa are down to 10 men as well. So, yeah. That could be that in terms of that game. Bentancur coming off. First game after the ban, I believe, for Bergvall. And Sarr coming off. So, attacking changes. For Spurs. But, yeah. Bit of a weird one that he was left out because he scored in the last game. And I actually thought he played okay against Liverpool before he got hooked. So yeah, and he's their leading Premier League goal scorer, which is crazy considering they have got Solanke there, but that's near or there. Spence, has he kicked that out? It did look like he kicked that out, to be fair. Oh, that was nasty. That was a nasty tackle, to be fair. Damn, it's got really foggy. I can't even see it, man. The screen's got really foggy in the game, man. I don't know what's happened there. I don't know if it's the wind, but yeah, I think the fog's starting to clear away a bit now. Forces under pressure, trying to kick it ahead to Johnson, and he plays it in Solanke on the channel, trying to run it. He's lost that 50-50 there, and it looked like a foul there, but he's carried on. But yeah. Here's Madison. Here's Madison again. Onto his left foot. Oh, over the bar. I can't really even see it, to be honest with you, man. It's so foggy. It's come out of nowhere as well. Come out of nowhere, man. Over the bar. Poor. Good turn, but poor execution, man. Gibbs White into the door on the right hand side. Can he cut in and shoot? Good defending there by Spence. Being forced to. I know. Oh my God, that was a good opportunity, man. That was a good opportunity for Aina to make it 2-0 and probably kill the game off. But that was a good transitional chance again. Hudson-Odoi on the left hand side. And Gibbs White makes everything tick, man. Just watching them. This is probably the first time I've really watched Forrest like for a whole game, apart from obviously the Arsenal game. And yeah, in this game, man, he's just like the catalyst of releasing those transitions in the middle of the park, man. He's played really well this game. And when you've got two faster wingers and obviously and Chris Ward, obviously it does help in it. But Tottenham still trying to play out from the back on a slow one. Obviously Dragusin's got the ball at the minute, trying to feed the lines into the path of Kulusevski, who does, but it is a foul. Should have scored that, but Tottenham defensively are awful. 100%, man. I mean, people will say, oh, well, they've got injuries out, they've got Romero out, they've got Van der Ven out. But to be honest, bro, like, they weren't great this season either when they had them there. The Pedro Porro's their first choice right back. He's been awful. Adoji's been awful. He's their first choice left back. So, that looked like he might have gone out. Oh, they're calling it there. It looks like Forster might have run that out the box with his hands there, but the referee's not giving anything. But yeah, bro, like I was saying, these guys are not great defensively anyway, regardless of Van der Ven or Romero being fit. So yeah, there's just this setup. There's so much space. It's like Adj's so obviously hell bent on focusing on attacking. He doesn't like practice or care about set pieces or obviously how they are as a defensive structure. But here's Spence trying to do something. He's run out of play. And yeah, not great so far. Not great so far, indeed. Oh, can't already see now with the fog. Oh, was foggy during the City game as well. Yeah, man. But this is like next level, bro. I don't know if something in the UK where it's just going across all the capitals, man. But yeah, it's foggy. This is a hard watch. I can't even lie, bro. This is a very hard watch at the minute. It's mad foggy. But there's a corner to Spurs. And yeah, Madison's not really done too much since he's come on. Obviously, he's been on for about 5 to 10 minutes. But yeah, Spurs kind of needs something, a bit of quality to try and get back in the game, man. Because Sells has not really made too many saves this half. So Son's going to take it. Can he provide a decent bit of quality? Son takes the corner, headed away there, and into the path of, is it Alanga? Hudson-Odoi? Looks like Hudson-Odoi is run past there on the floor. Can he play a good pass there? And he took too long there. that was a very good transfer in transition again for Nottingham Forest. Needed a better piece of quality there. But here's Son into the path of a doggy. He's kind of run into play. And Anya has got it back. He's played out a very good game today. Gibbs White has tried to pass it on. But he's gone back to, obviously, Archie Gray into Dragusin. But that was another good opportunity. And like I said, when Spurs do have corners, it's a good opportunity for, obviously, Nottingham Forest to break in that transition with the pace they've got up front. But here's Johnson trying to do all his... Oh, that's a poor tackle there. That is a poor tackle. He's not happy with it. It does look like he got the ball there, to be fair. Oh, after. Yeah. Yeah, it is a free kick. In the modern day, it's a free kick. Substitution here for Nottingham Forest. Alanga, the goal scorer. Looks like he scored the winning goal for the time being. 13, 14 minutes left. Very good ball. Very good pass. A very good finish there by Alanga. He's getting substituted off. He's had a decent game as well. And obviously, it looks like he could be the match winner if they manage to hold on. He's been substituted off. Putting on a central defender. So yeah, it looks like Forest are pretty content with that 1-0 scoreline at the minute, and are just going to be very solid going forward. So yeah, expect Spurs to have the majority of possession now. For the simple fact that Forest have brought on another defender. Maybe it was a bit too early, but yeah, he's made that decision. Now Chris Ward headed it on. Bit of confusion there. Bergval's got the ball now in midfield. Bill Collin, another ex-United player doing well at another club. Who knew that would happen, bro? They're nearly they're again when you talk about Spurs, yeah, and managers and them going on to do things. United is the same with players, man. Honestly, so many players that you thought were just robbed and washed out. They go to another club and they're that looked like a foul. Yeah, he's giving it. You thought they were robbed and washed out. That's a yellow card for someone. And someone just kicked it. But yeah, United, man, so many players that have left. Look at Sancho at Chelsea, man. Everyone thought he was finished. He's gone on to do very good things at Chelsea. Alanga the same at Forest. It's just when you're away from that toxic environment, you can achieve decent things, man. But let me have a look at the other results. West Ham have taken the lead away at Southampton. Jared Bowen with the finish. So that's 1-0 to West Ham. That'll be obviously another good victory for them. And we'll keep Locatelli in a job after obviously a rocky start, I think. That would make West Ham only up to 13th, but ahead of Manchester United, ahead of their game away to Wolves. So yeah, if they could hang on, that would be another good victory. But that would leave Southampton again adrift, 8 points adrift. After having played a game more with Leicester playing later on. Luckily for them, they've only got Liverpool. But it's ricocheted here to, is it Maddison with a shot? Good defending, good block there. Marino there. Good defending there. Because that looked like he was going on target. Big old Jared. For us to get top 4 ahead of Arsenal. Yeah. Don't be silly, man. Don't be silly. But nah, big up Forest, though. They've been doing well. Obviously, they're third at the minute. But yeah, it just means Arsenal have to obviously win on, tomorrow, innit? Against Ipswich at home, which that should be a victory. But we'll have to obviously wait and see how we cope without Saka for the first time this season, not starting a game for the foreseeable. But that looks like a foul, and it is by Brendan Johnson. But yeah, Forest are in great form, like I said before. Beat Liverpool. Got a draw away at Chelsea. It looks like they're going to beat Spurs. They beat Man United away as well. So, yeah, their only real big defeats were against Man City away and Arsenal away 3-0. each time. So yeah, they should be happy. And obviously they lost to Newcastle at home. But yeah, obviously Ange's got his head in his hands because he knows that potentially he could be getting sacked, boys and girls. He could be getting sacked, man, if it's obviously based off results and where they are in the table. Because like I said before, man, if they lose this, they're going to be 11th. And Brentford have to play, and Man you have to play. And if they both win their games, they're going to drop down to 13th, which is crazy. But yeah, they've got the ball now. Obviously, Maddison's trying to do something. Bergval's trying to do something as well. But it's all in front of, obviously, Forest players. Maddison trying to play a ball in behind. Good defending there. And again, there's another break on. Gibbs White there with the ball. Can he see a runner? Plays the ball across the Hudson-Odoi. Great ball and a great control there by Hudson. He's obviously trying to stretch the play now to get Forest up the pitch. Obviously, still 1-0 up into the path of Elliot Anderson, which is a good ball in there. Gibbs White, nice little ghosting run into the back four. Anderson, nice little 1-2 there. Williams. Henderson. Chris. Oh, just faltered there. Just overplayed it there, man. And Spurs have got the ball again. Man. But yeah. Obviously, still 2-0 Newcastle. Chelsea are still winning 1-0 from Cole Palmer. Forest obviously are winning this game. 10 minutes left. And West Ham are winning 1-0 away at Southampton. So, yeah, Manchester United away at Wolves at 5:30. And then Liverpool is obviously the last game of the day at home to Leicester. Obviously, Bergval's trying to play a diagonal ball to Son. And it's gone out of play for a goal kick. And yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I'm talking about. The lack of quality in the Spurs squad, sorry. Obviously, they brought him in, but he's an 18-year-old. Obviously, Pedro Porro is getting ready to come on. Obviously, he's a fullback, but he's more of an attacking threat than an defensive one for Spurs. So maybe he can make a difference, provide a bit of width and directness on the right-hand side. But yeah, man, I think Spurs just lack a lot of quality when it's not going their way. If they don't score the first goal and they go a goal behind, it's very hard for them to try and combat like a low block, just because it's side to side. They don't have enough dynamic wingers, in my opinion, to beat their fullback. But yeah, that nearly broke for Chris Wood there, but it hasn't. It's back to Spurs. No, yeah, back to Spurs. No, it's kind of no one can really keep the ball. Try to feed in Hudson-Odoi there, Yates, but Bergval had a good interception. It's back to a doggy on the left-hand side. Like I said, 10 minutes left for Spurs to try and... I think I can only really see him scoring one goal, really, for them to try and probably get a point away at Forest. But Forest have been comfortable this half, man. I don't think Ange's changes have made an impact whatsoever. But here's Maddison trying to find Johnson on the right-hand side, who has been decent. Good ball in. Cleared away there by Morello. Is that foul? I think it's a goal kick, though. And yeah. There's going to be two more changes. Timo Werner coming on. Oh, my Lord. Timo Werner. Watch him score a goal now. But yeah, Timo Werner coming on for a doggy. So another attacking change. I'm assuming that Spencer's going to go left back. And Son coming off, who's been poor again, man. Let's speak about Heung-min Son, because his career has just gone off a cliff in respect of his performances. Obviously, he's not scoring as many, but just his performances, man. I can't remember the last time I seen him have a good game, man. He always gets hooked. He looks very isolated on the left. I think, obviously, the dilemma they had was, obviously, Heung-min Son was a very good goal scorer and had very good movement in, obviously, the centre-forward spot. But because they've got Solanke, they can't, obviously, play him and Solanke up front. So they're kind of drifting him up to the left. But last season, he was awful on the left. He only really started to score a lot of goals and started to play well when he was down the middle. So for me, I just think you just have to bench him and just bring him on for Solanke, or start him and Solanke's on the bench and just do it that way, because him on the left, he just doesn't do anything, man. He doesn't beat his fullback. He's not got good enough quality in terms of playing balls into the box, being dangerous that way. He doesn't really link up that well. Obviously, Gibbs White and Henderson. I think Gibbs White's been man of the match, to be honest with you. I think he's been sensational in the middle. In terms of his passing, he's winning the ball back, him running into space, being that good ball carrier, is getting substituted by Ward-Prowse and Silva. And yeah, it just seems like the manager's trying to protect, obviously, the players because they've got another game on Saturday. And obviously, it is obviously Thursday today. So, no, Sunday, sorry. And obviously, it is Thursday today. So, yeah, big opportunity for these guys. Headed it on. That's a kick over. Wood. Oh, that's nice. Nice little flick on there. Oh, 1-1. Chelsea versus Fulham. Harry Wilson. Wow. Wasn't expecting that. 82nd minute. Wow. Fulham goal. Big up, Jared. Fulham goal. Chelsea versus Fulham 1-1. Unexpected. Obviously, I'm not watching the game, so I don't know how it's going. Obviously, Carlton Smith did say they were cooking Fulham. He did say that. So obviously, that's not good news for him. 1-1 at the minute. Obviously, it's still time for Chelsea to get another goal, but that would leave the table. Liverpool, 39 points. Chelsea would be on 36 points, with Arsenal on 33 points behind. Nottingham Forest, who would be on 34 points. So, yeah, another draw, and it would tee up Liverpool to obviously extend the gap again, as well as having games in hand as well. So, yeah, it's not looking good for the Premier League title in terms of other teams, man. If Chelsea do drop points, obviously you want as much pressure on Chelsea as on Liverpool as possible, really. Hoping they drop points, but yeah, they could be running away with it if Chelsea do end up drawing at home to Fulham. But yeah, still time to go in that game though. But yeah, with this game, 84 minutes gone. Nottingham Forest 1, Tottenham 0. Jared says, and Cuckoo late winner, you heard it here first. Well, there you go, man. Jared's called his shot with that one. We'll have to see. We'll have to see what happens with that. Big up Colin. The last time someone was good on the left was probably under Pochettino or Mourinho. But I just think his legs have gone 100%, man. I think his legs have gone on the left as well. Obviously, the combination that him and Kane had as well, that's probably another factor too. He hasn't got Kane's passing ability, which used to feed him in. They had that obviously that reading of the game between themselves. They had it off down to a T as well. So obviously missing him, no one else really in the team can really find his runs on that left as well. And yeah, obviously he's an old player, man. He's in his 30s. Obviously he's getting on a bit. Obviously the transition was always with wingers to put them into obviously the center of the park. But I just think they've got a problem with obviously spending so much on Solanke. They need to kind of obviously play him every game, and he's a striker. So I think for me, it's either or either. I do think you probably should just play Song as a backup striker and just rotate, if I'm being honest, and just play someone with a bit more legs on that left wing. And I think he would probably benefit Solanke, Son, and whoever's on that left wing a bit better for the balance of the team and getting better performances out of Son, because he still can score goals, he still can finish. Obviously not as good as before. But here's a chance here. Clever free kick. Werner. Oh, good defending there. And it's a corner for... I think it's given offside there, I think. Yeah, it's just straight offside. But it's a good opportunity for Spurs. Good opportunity for Spurs, man. But I think Dragusin gone down with an injury. I think Chris Wood's coming off with Anawani coming on. Bro, Forest have got a decent attacking options, man. To be honest, they've got good attacking options, man. Hudson-Odoi coming off as well. Because Awani obviously causes Arsenal problems all the time with his strength and power. But he's coming on for 4 minutes, and Sosa's coming on as well, replacing Hudson-Odoi, I think's had a decent game too. But yeah, man. It looks like the game's just winding down now. I can't see Spurs getting another goal, if I'm being honest. Or getting a goal at all, if I'm being honest, man. It just seems like it's just winding down for a Nottingham Forest win. Dragusin looks like he might have to come off as well, which is obviously a big worry if he does. And yeah, he does. He's been substituted for Basuma. So I'm not sure if Basuma's going to go centre back. It's another injury at centre back. Obviously, Van der Ven, Romero, Ben Davis is also injured as well. So yeah, sticky times for Spurs, man. They're getting a lot of injuries. Obviously, they're playing in that Europa League as well, so I think it is taking a toll. Too. So yeah. But yeah, I want you straight into action here. He's kicked it down. Oh, I see it at the side net and maybe could have cut it back. But yeah, first chance there for Awoniyi. Just literally just come on. And it's just ping ball there. And Basuma, who's obviously pointing into centre back, he can't really deal with it, man. And yeah, Tottenham are in trouble. Their defensive reinforcements, that needs to be addressed in January. They have to probably get a couple of centre backs, man, because they cannot they can't carry on with the lack of defensive options that they have. Romero and obviously Van der Ven have both been injury prone this season. Dragusin's just gone off injured. Ben Davis is obviously not good enough and he's injured as well. So yeah, you're now playing two midfielders at centre back. It's crazy, but yeah, this is how it goes, man. And you got your backup keeper because your goalkeeper Vicario is injured for months. So yeah, man. But yeah, listen, every team's having injuries at the minute. Arsenal, Liverpool, Manchester City. So it's just how it goes, especially with the amount of games everyone's got and playing. It doesn't make sense. Beating Nottingham Forest ain't for everyone, bro. I absolutely hear that, man. Only certain teams can beat Nottingham Forest. And it doesn't look like Spurs are going to be one of them, to be honest, after we get into the 89th minute. And it's still 1-0 to Nottingham Forest. And Spurs don't look like scoring at all, if I'm being perfectly honest with you. So, yeah, into the 90th minute. Is that a corner? Yeah, it is a corner. So there is a chance for Spurs to try and get at least a point from this game. They've got another corner now. They're going to need a decent bit of quality, a decent bit of quality in terms of the delivery coming in. But we shall see. Ball comes in the box. Headed away quite comfortably there. Spence. Werner. Into Spence. Madison. Into Solanke there. Back to Spurs have actually got a decent amount of possession here. A decent amount of possession. Porro. Into Johnson. Oh, into Solanke out. Five extra minutes, man. 5 added minutes of stoppage time for Spurs to try and get a goal. Honestly, Spurs have been so poor in the second half, man. They've not done anything. Honestly, they've not done anything. Forest obviously defended quite well, quite a lot of blocks. Bit similar to obviously Everton being resolute. Obviously just checking the Chelsea game. Obviously, 91 minutes added. Still 1-1 there. Very foggy in this game now. Forest can't really see the ball. Pardon me, can't really see the ball here. But Kulusevski's trying to play it through. It's so foggy, man, in this game. I can't see anything. Jeez. But Spurs on the attack here on the right-hand side. Trying to play the ball in. Porro. Trying to have a shot here. back to Spence. Werner back to Spence. Trying to create something. He's gone down, but he's not going to give that. He's not going to give that, man. But Forrest is giving it straight back to Spurs. That looks like a free kick. And it is a free kick. And this could be their last chance, really. Big up Colin. Where have they got 5 minutes from? I say 2-3 minutes. 100%, man. No one's even been injured like that. I'm trying to think in the game who's like gone down for an injury or how many subs or whatever. It's been obviously a couple of times they've made a substitution, but obviously it's been 2 players at a time only. But yeah, I don't know, man. Hopefully Forrest can defend and get the 3 points. But obviously Maddison, this is his opportunity to try and put in a goal here. Put in a decent delivery. Obviously they've got people that can head it in the box, but so have Nottingham Forrest. So Maddison with the free kick brings it in. It's kind of ricocheted to Timo Werner, but he's left it for Maddison on the left-hand side. Can he put in a decent ball in? Back to Kulizeski. Oh, he's lost the ball, and it could be a carrot attack there. And it's a cynical foul, and that should be a yellow there by Spence. 100%, man. And that is a sending off. Second yellow for Jen Spence on the return to Nottingham Forest. And yeah, the Nottingham Forest fans love that. And that's a red card for Tottenham Hotspur. He's going to be missing the next game against Wolves at home. But yeah, that was another yellow card. Can't get any blatant than that. Stopped a breakaway. And he should have just let him go through, to be honest with you. There's only a minute of the game left. And yeah, it's poor play from him. And yeah, it's a sending off. And that should be that, to be honest with you. That red card kind of signals the end, I think, in respects of 3-0 to Newcastle, and it's Joe Linton. Massive win against Aston Villa, 3-0, brings obviously Newcastle into 5th place. Massive victory. But yeah, still 1-0 here, still 1-1 at Stamford Bridge. What a draw that would be for Fulham, and also a good draw for Liverpool, as Chelsea would drop points. Fulham would then have taken points off Chelsea, Liverpool, and Arsenal with 3 draws, 2 away at the Bridge and Anfield, and 1 obviously at home at Craven Cottage to Arsenal. So yeah, difficult team to play against obviously the top teams. That looks like a foul there, and it is a foul. And yeah, it looks like that's going to be it for Tottenham Hotspur in terms of them not winning the game. Immaturity at its finest right there. 100%, bro. His head went. He lost the ball. And it was just a lazy challenge, man. It's something he didn't need, and I was going to miss the next game unnecessarily with only 2 minutes left of this game, and they're losing already. So yeah, Forest fans are in good voice. Is that going to go out for a corner? It sure is. I'm going to have time to take it. Is he just going to blow the whistle? I'm not sure. Maybe. But yeah, with this win for Nottingham Forest, it does put them into... Oh my God, there's been another goal! There's been another goal! At Stamford Bridge, it's 2-1 to Fulham! Muniz in the last minute, and are Chelsea going to be losing at Stamford Bridge for the first time since the last day? And it's over at Tottenham! It's Nottingham Forest 1, Tottenham 0. Tottenham have lost another game. Red card for Spence. And that's another defeat for Tottenham. And Chelsea look like they're going to be losing the game. Chelsea, absolute scenes. Let me try and see what's going on at Chelsea here. Wow. Crazy. Crazy scenes here. I don't know if I can go back to it. Wow. But Spurs have lost the game. Cohen is fuming. Yes, he sure is. He told me they were cooking them, so I don't know what's happened. I wish I watched that game now, man. But anyway, Spurs lose. Chelsea look like they might have lost. Cohen Crazy, crazy scenes at the bridge. A team that's always normally, wow, crazy. 96 minute. Chelsea have got a free kick. I've just switched over to the Chelsea game. Absolutely scenes. Fulham, like I said, I can't remember the last time Fulham even beat Chelsea, home or away, never mind at the bridge. But Cole Palmer's looking to try and do something, puts in the ball into the box. Oh, what a save! Leno, former Gooner, with a save there. And sensational save. Great ball in. Great run there. That is fantastic, that is. But yeah, another corner in. Chelsea have not lost it yet. Corner comes in. Enzo with the corner. Headed away by Fulham. The ref looks at his watch. Cole Palmer trying to do something. Cole Palmer's lost the ball. He's giving away a free kick. Don't know about that. Wolves and United next. Boxing 8 is at its best. 100% agree with that, Colin. Spurs have lost the game. Chelsea are losing. They are going to drop points, whether it's a draw or a loss. This is the last chance for Chelsea. A ball to be put into the box. Manchester City are the only team to beat Chelsea at Bridge. Obviously, Arsenal got a draw there and wasn't able to beat them at the Bridge. And obviously, they've won the majority of their games, beating Brighton, beating Brentford at the Bridge. But yeah, this could be another defeat. But Cole Palmer with a direct free kick into the path. Good header away there by the Fulham defender. Another header away there into the box by Neto. Another header away. Scrambled there by Cucurella. Another header away. Gusto. Palmer trying to go for the shot. That is away. And that should be that. And that is it. Fulham have won away at Chelsea at Boxing Day. That is a sensational result for Fulham. And Chelsea, who are 1-0 up, have lost the game 2-1. And this is what happens, ladies and gentlemen. When you have a great record against a team, sometimes it does come to an end. And Chelsea have lost for the first time at Stamford Bridge since August. What a win for Fulham. And yeah, Chelsea are going to be ruining that game. And Liverpool have got it all to do in terms of putting extra pressure on Chelsea and the rest of the league. And with that defeat, that makes Arsenal, if they can beat Ipswich, they will go back into second place because Chelsea have lost at home to Fulham 2-1. But with that defeat, Liverpool are now 4 points ahead with 2 games in hand. If they win, wow, if they beat Leicester, which I think they will do, they will go 7 points clear with a game in hand against Chelsea. Wow. And that would mean that Arsenal could be their nearest challengers if they win, because they'll be on 36 points. And Liverpool would be on 42. Wow. Crazy. So they'd be 6 points ahead, and they'd have a game in hand as well. Extraordinary scenes, really. Extraordinary scenes. Liverpool look like they're going to be running away with it at the minute. Chelsea have lost another game out of nowhere. But yeah, crazy. Crazy day of football. Crazy day. Obviously, Manchester United are next as well, but I'm going to be taking a break now to enjoy the rest of my Boxing Day. But yeah, thanks everyone for joining me. It's been a great watch along again. Please like, share, subscribe, comment, do all of that good stuff. Make sure the channel grows. I want to try and get to 500 as quickly as possible with the subscribers. So yeah, that will help a lot with that. But yeah, that's been a great day for Arsenal. And we've not even played. Spurs losing, Chelsea losing. Arsenal, please do your job tomorrow. Please do your job tomorrow. Manchester City have dropped points. Man United are up next. So yeah, it's been a good stream. Thanks everyone for watching. Don't hate to play a game. But until then,